Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Morning Coffee with Emerica. It's a pleasure to have you all. And with me today, I have Jim Fletcher of Square One Home Inspection, a home inspection company in the DMV area. And they happen to be the ones I use almost all the time. Welcome, Jim.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate you having me out for coffee this morning. I really love coffee. It's something I start every day with, so really going to enjoy this with you today.
That means two of us. Thank you again for coming and putting this out there to the clients. Let's start. First up, why should people have home inspections?
Oh, geez. Well, home inspections are a vital part of the home buying process. What a home inspector does, we're there to go through the home and find out what's wrong with the home. Right. So if I'm buying a house, and I'm not in the contracting world, so home inspector are highly trained to be focused on what's actually wrong with the home. If the HVAC is working, if the roof is leaking, or worst case scenario, we could have structural issues in the home as well. Those can get very expensive very fast, $30,000, $50,000, $70,000 just to repair structure. Yeah. So we're there to protect the client's financial investment into that.
Okay, what's the process normally for home inspection?
Yeah, so essentially what we do is we show up on site and we go through the exterior. We're checking over the roof, the windows, the caulking, the siding, be it vinyl or brick or anything in between. We're checking the driveways, trees, shrubbery. So we're looking at all the aspects on the exterior of the home, and everything that we find, we document. We will photograph it, we'll write about it, and we develop a report out of this that's comprehensive that your client can read through so they have a full understanding of the entirety of the home. Right down for all the general maintenance items like just basic maintenance caulking to your kind of worst case scenario if you need to actually consider putting a roof on that home.
Okay, Jim, so what are the limitations? When you do the home inspection, what are the limitations for you guys?
Yeah, I'm glad that you asked that question because it's something that I don't think the general public or even many realtors understand, that home inspectors do have limitations. So essentially, when we're looking at a home, our limitations are what's behind the fence. Right? So we just don't have x-ray vision. So if there's something that's happening inside of a wall, we may not necessarily be able to see it. Now, if there's leaks and things of that nature, we do have thermal imaging cameras and moisture meters, which we can oftentimes pick up on that stuff. But there are limitations that we just can't see. The other thing that we kind of have limitations on is the future.
That's true.
Yeah. Now, I will say they're out there making a crystal ball right now, and I have the ticket. I'm first a lot of that ticket. So one of these days when that crystal ball is actually made, I'm the one that's going to get that so I can predict the future for all of our clients. Living in my home, I've been in my home for 7 years, and I can't predict when I'm going to have the next water leak in my home, much less what's going to happen in a home down in 2 hours.
Okay. But for today, whatever's wrong with the house, you're able to see it. At least where your eyes can see.
Where we can see, yeah, and where our tools can see. And with that being said, even things that are going on behind walls, there's often telltale signs. We might have like a broken floor joist where it'll create a bulge on the ceiling. And to us, like as home inspectors, we're trained to recognize when something fails, and it'll give other little clues. So we kind of know what's happening. We just can't actually prove it, but we write it up to have a contractor further.
Okay. And I know a lot of people worry about the roof and what's going on inside the ceilings between the roof. And working with you guys, I know even though we can see that your guys go up there, they're able to figure it out.
This is another thing with the roof, right? So as a home inspector, I learn about 90% of a roof, what I need to know from the attic space. Like when I'm looking at a roof from the outside of the home, I'm really just looking for major damage, maybe some nail pops, and really kind of getting a feel for the overall age of the roof. But once I'm inside that attic space, it truly tells me how it's performing. It tells me if it's overheating. It tells me if there is elevated humidity in that attic space. And that's where we find the leaks. The attic space is vital for us as home inspectors. One of the most important portions of the home inspection is spending time up in that sauna.
I'm glad you said sauna. You're somebody very, very hot in there.
It is, yeah. In the summertime, it gets in excess of 140, 150 degrees up there. So, yeah, it's pretty hot.
Yeah. In today's market, I'm seeing a lot of properties listed as is. And because of that, clients normally think, okay, then I don't need to do a home inspection. Mm-hmm. I still advise my clients to do a home inspection even then, because they have the option of entirely backing out of the contract, which is one of the clauses I put in my contracts. What's your advice for Aziz hosts? Would you still recommend home inspections?
100%. I would never advise anyone to ever buy a home without a home inspection. And that's not just because I'm in the home inspection industry.
Yeah.
It's really just to protect that person purchasing that home. Even if the home is as is and you're not allowed to negotiate for anything that's wrong with that home, if there's something major,
That's true.
you had the opportunity with the knowledge, knowing of that defect, to step away from that home and go, hey, look, this might not be the right home for me. Now give you an opportunity to go find the right for your clients, right? So if you're even, it can be multiple large items in a home. If a house needs a roof and an HVAC system that's aging at 20, 24 years old, we're talking a lot of money. An HVAC system nowadays is $8,000 to $15,000, right? In a roof, you're looking, even on a townhouse, you're looking at close to $10,000, right? So you're talking $20,000, $25,000 just for two components of a home that may need to be, replaced in a relatively short amount of time. So financial stability of home ownership is really what we try to help guide our clients in.
Okay, that's good. And for me, this is not just for homeowners, even investors buying properties, either for flip or to hold for rentals. I highly recommend it because then they know what they're getting into, what's expected of them to spend as they proceed. If it's going to be a worthwhile investment overall.
So we do a lot, and this is something that stems back many years, but we have multiple products for people that are looking to purchase a home, especially if it's as is. Like one of them just being a full home inspection where we develop a report, but another cost savings way that we get into a home is called a walk and talk, where we actually go into the home. We don't produce a report here. What we do is we walk through the home and we verbally communicate to our clients what we're finding. And we always encourage them to bring out their phones and take pictures or take video or take notes. That way they're getting the same information. They're just retaining it a different way. I mean, it's a fraction of the cost.
And that's a good one for my foreign buyers who most of the times are not here physically for home inspection. So yeah, a walk and talk will be a good one for them to get them comfortably to buying that.
Absolutely. I could always do a Zoom call or WhatsApp call with them on live feed so we can have an open dialogue with them at that house.
Okay. Jim, one of the reasons I use your company versus most of the ones out there is the other services you provide outside of the home inspection. Have a warranty period there. Go ahead and tell the clients a bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that if you understand me at the core, what I'm trying to do is push my industry in a new direction.
That's right.
So one thing that we're doing is every one of our clients, they get a free 90-day home warranty through Armadillo Home Services, which is a home warranty company, and they do a reimbursement style warranty system there. That way they're not using a pool of maybe not so good contractors. So my clients have an opportunity to find their own contractor and they just get a reimbursement. The other thing that we're working with is a company called Blue Tape. Blue Tape has an AI system where within 24 hours, they tape my reports, they upload it into their AI system, and I will spit out a cost estimate for everything that's on my inspection report, minus structure and root damage. That is relatively new. It's going to be automatic. We started this week, so it's going to automatically happen. Within 24 hours, the agent is going to get that cost estimate, which is giving you guys time back. The other things that we offer, we're the only company to offer a free 1-hour home maintenance seminar. So after closing, we will actually go back to the house, spend about an hour or so with our clients, and we'll teach them how to own, operate, and take nap.
Okay.
Homes are similar to people. Everyone has a bit of a different personality, and everybody has their own wants and needs. And homes are the same way. So we go back and get our clients dial-in with that particular home's wants.
That's a good one because a lot of times clients ask us what's the cost of repairing this, and most of the time we have no idea. We have to go start getting contractors. So I'm happy about that. I look forward to using that for my clients. Another thing, Jim, most of my sellers, I advise them to do a home inspection before we list their homes on the market. Most times they don't understand it because for them, they're only supposed to be doing a home inspection if they were buying. So can you explain the importance of doing the home inspection before you put your house on the market for sale?
Absolutely, yeah. So I personally feel that everybody should pre-inspect their home before going to market. Because at this point, we have people we can place. They live in their home, they forget about the small things, and then they take it to market, and the home inspector gets hired. And when the buyer looks at big, long laundry lists of smaller things, or there might be something big that's working in the home that would pull a potential buyer away, home buyers, they get nervous at times. Yeah, I see a big laundry list of items. And that could, even if the home is in great condition, but there are 60 different small things, it looks more intimidating than what it actually is. And people can get scared of a home like that. So I think it's better that we take care of all the root issues right up front, get the home cleaned up, prepped for sale, get on the market, and deliver a good product to a buyer.
Yeah, I think that's excellent. And I recommend that to all my sellers because, like you said, it takes the stress out, even from you, the seller. You already know what's going to come up in the report, and you have the opportunity to fix some of them before you even put the house on the market.
And what's great nowadays is we live in a time when there's a multitude of companies out there right now who will come in, they will prep the home, they will fix everything in the home, and they won't get paid until closing. There's multiple companies out there now that are charging zero interest on that. They're just doing it for a flat fee, and they get paid at closing. So it's not like you're shelling out additional cash flow. And when you correct a home and you get it all the way prepped and ready for sale, you're going to maximize the amount of cash flow you're going to bring in on our home as well.
That's right.
And when it comes to that, there's multiple different ways because you're giving a better product. And if you make the home more desirable, you may have multiple people fighting and bidding on that house.
Exactly. It's really good to have you here today. Jim, any more tips you want to give the clients out there before I let you go?
Oh, I'd love to give some tips. Guys, if you're looking or if you're a homeowner or you're a home buyer, taking care of your home is one of the best things that you could do. It is a lot cheaper to maintain than it is to replace. If you guys ever need any type of suggestions for contractors or basic maintenance tips on what it looks like to maintain a home, please feel to reach out to us and we'll definitely get something sent over your way.
Yeah, I know you bringing that up. Some of the things I do, and a lot of times people are not even aware they're supposed to be doing that, like getting your duct systems cleaned, your HVAC. So tell a little bit about that.
Yeah, indeed. Well, this is something I just had my ductwork cleaned just about 3 weeks ago. I have a really good guy I met, and he did a full cleaning of all my ductwork, and then he sanitized all my ductwork as well. So understanding HVAC, the air conditioner system creates a lot of water. We oftentimes find mold growing in the air conditioner system, and then it gets pushed throughout the ductwork. So it's good to have that cleaned out and sanitized every 2 to 3 years or so. A lot of people don't know water heaters as well. They need to be flushed at least once a year. And it's very simple. Yeah, it's very simple, but most people don't. That's super easy. If you can hook up a garden hose, you can plug your own water heater. It takes about 10 minutes to do. YouTube University, anybody can do.
That's right.
It is something super simple. And I think one of the most important parts that are overlooked, and I've probably said this word 3 times in our conversation today, caulking. Basic and general maintenance caulking on the exterior of the home can save you tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh, in the exterior.
On the exterior.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so wood trim is very expensive to replace. And not only wood trim, if it gets into the trim, it can get into the framing of the home and cause an abundance of wood rot. A $7 tube of caulking can prevent $7,000 with a wood replacement. Especially on newer homes, the wood that we use nowadays is pretty soft. Only takes about 3 or 4 years for that stuff to rot away after caulking is bad. So general maintenance caulking every 2 to 3 years on the exterior.
Okay. So get the HVAC duct system cleans, your water heater that I just learned, exterior caulking. There's also something about the dryer. I have had that one. So
Oh yeah, dryer vent. Too. The dryer vent, the ductwork guy that did my home, he also does dryer vents. We did the whole thing, and it's very, very affordable. I had a very complicated HVAC system in my home, and it was still under $1,000 for a house. Full sanitizing, full cleaning. That's with the dryer vent as well. A couple other things that a lot of people don't know about. Dishwasher, they have filters in them. Filters need to be thrown out.
I didn't know that.
Yes, Eddie. Yep. And washing machines. If you have just a standard washing machine, these things have filters, and most people don't know about them. 10 minutes on YouTube University.
I'll
We can find it.
be checking that. I'll be checking that out. Thank you so much for those tips. And it's just like going to the doctors. You do those ahead of time. It prevents problems in the logboard. Yeah, those are really, really good tips. You probably should put some tips together for me, and I can share it, not on video, but I've been sending it to clients.
Sure.
That would be lovely. They can put it up in the refrigerator, and it reminds them to do that. Thank you so much, Jim.
You're very
It's been a pleasure, and I always enjoy working with you and your team.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you so much, and I enjoy the coffee.
Thank you.